Good day, students. You are welcome back to our class. This is still our English language section. Yes, this e-learning platform is brought to you by WAEC Humanitarian Foundation, a body that helps in in providing solution to the academic problems and challenges faced by students in modern world. So once again, you are welcome to the e-learning platform of WAEC Humanitarian Foundation, and I am your host for today, your English language instructor. I remain my humble self, Mr. Kayode Olugbola. So our topic for today is going to be real and unreal future. Yes, that's our topic for today, real and unreal future. Now, what is a real future and what is an unreal future? So I will narrow this down to our expressions. A real expression is an action that has the possibility or probability of occurring. An expression or an action that has the possibility or probability of occurring is called real expression or real future. That is, the future is real. The future is real when the action has the possibility of occurring, or when the action has probability of occurring in future. So a real future is an expression whose action has the possibility of occurring, while unreal future is an expression or an action that lacks the possibility or probability of occurring. Under real expression, it means that the action has the possibility of occurring, but under unreal future or expression, the action lacks the possibility of occurring. Then how do we not differentiate apart from being real and being unreal? Look at it. For real expression or action, we represent real expression or action with the present tense form of modal auxiliary, which is will or shall. So real expressions or actions we take will or shall. These are the two modal auxiliary verbs which are used to show an expression that has the possibility or probability of occurring. While for unreal future, the two without change the past form. That is for unreal expression. That will be would. Can you see? The real expression takes will or shall, while the unreal expression takes would. Therefore, if an action is in the future but lacks the possibility of occurring, that action is an unreal action. It will take would. It is the past tense form of the verb that is used to capture such an expression. An expression that lacks the possibility of occurring in the future is being expressed with the past tense form of the verb would. But an action that has the possibility or probability of occurring in the future is being represented with the present tense form of modal auxiliary verbs, which are will and shall. So for real future we use will and shall. For unreal future we use would. Take note. Now look at it. For real future it will will or shall, followed by have. Will or shall, followed by have. Then lastly now a past participle verb. In your sentence, to know that the particular sentence is real or unreal, it will be will or shall, followed by have, plus a past participle verb. Then for unreal expression, it will would, followed by have, plus a past participle verb. which you call perfect tense, past participle verb. Take note. This is what we use to what? To differentiate between what? Real and unreal feature. Apart from what? The meaning of the two. While real is an expression that has the possibility of occurring in the future, unreal is what? An expression that lacks what? That possibility, meaning the event cannot take place, though it is futuristic, but lacks what? The possibility of occurring. That is why in English language, when an action is futuristic but lacks the possibility of occurring, it is always being expressed with what? The past tense form of the verb, which is what? Would. But then the would will be followed by have plus the third verb, which is what? The past participle word form. But for real expression, it is what? Will followed by have followed by what? A past participle verb. Or better still, you have shall followed by have followed by the past participle word verb. This is what is called real and what? Unreal future. But then, for the purpose of what? Of an examination, in most of the exams that are being what? Written, whenever they want to test questions on real and unreal feature, you have 4 particular word phrases or expressions that are being used to test what? Questions on this aspect. There are 4 expressions that are being used to test what? Questions on this what? Particular aspect. And what are they? Number 1, once you see the following expressions, they are questions on what? Real and unreal word expressions. Number 1 is that you will see by this time next. That's number 1. You will see by this time next. Once you see this, it is what? It is testing what? Real and unreal word expression. That's number 1. Number 2, once you see an expression that starts with by the end of, this also is what? Is testing questions on real and unreal expression. Also, if you have but for the fact that, once you see this expression starting a sentence, note it is used to test what? Questions on this aspect. And lastly, the 4th expression being used in this aspect is if not for the. These are the 4 expressions that are used to introduce questions on real and unreal expression. Note, to answer this aspect, you must know this particular word arrangement I have given you. As I've said, a real expression is an action that is represented with the present tense form of modal auxiliary. And the present tense form are 2. We have what? Will and shall. These are the 2 verbs that are used. These are the 2 verbs that are used to capture what? Real expression. Then for unreal expression, it is what? It is only would. By the time will change to the past form, it would. Also take note. By the time shall will change to the past form, shall will not become should. Shall will not become should. Instead, shall will change the word would. So for present, it is what? Will and shall. But for past, the 2 will transform the word would in past form to express what? Unreal future. Take note. It will what? Will or shall followed by have, then followed by what? A past participle word verb. Then for the unreal future, it will would followed by what? Have plus what? A past participle word verb. And then to answer questions on this aspect, you will see the following word phrases or expressions. You have by this time next, or by the end of, or but for the fact that, or if not for the, once you see any of these expressions written on the board, it is what? It is introducing questions on what? On real and unreal expression. So now I'll go straight to what? To examples to clarify what my explanation. Let's take example 1 now. Example 1. Example 1. Don't forget this: will, shall, have plus past participle, would, have plus what? Past participle verb. This is example 1, written on the board. Example 2. The third example. Fourth one. With these examples, I want to show you the different levels of formation that we have for real and unreal word expressions. Alright, these are examples. The first one is from your past question, and that's from WAEC past question. Check your WAEC past question. You see that in your WAEC past question, that's a WAEC 2006, question 58. The second one, you see it in your WAEC past 2012, that's 2005, question 51. The third one, also from your past question, WAEC past question 2011, question 75. The fourth one, also, okay, the fourth one is from the JAMB past question, that's UTME 1991, question 86. See that there. The fifth one is 1988, 71. The sixth one, the seventh one is from JAMB 2005, question 86. Then the last one here is JAMB year 2000, question 78. This one is from JAMB past question. This one here, JAMB past question, JAMB, then this one is WAEC, and then WAEC. Yes, these are the instances of what? Of questions being tested on what? Real and unreal word expressions. Now, let's look at these questions and get what our correct answers today. Number 1, by the time school opens, I dash here for 8 weeks. Option A, worked. B, will work. C, will be working. D, will have worked. Don't forget that I said when the expression is a real action or future, it will take what? Will or shall, followed by what? Have, plus a perfect tense verb. But if it is what? An unreal future or action, the verb change to would, the past form, with what? Have, plus a past participle verb. So let's see which option is out already. Option A is out. Option B is equally out. Option C is out as well. Our right answer is what? Is option D, will have worked. Why? It follows the order I gave you. Will, followed by what? Have, plus what? A perfect tense verb or a past participle verb. So option D is our right answer. Now, if you look at option D, is this real or unreal expression? This word will be real word expression. Why is it real? Because what? We have what? Your present tense form of the modal auxiliary called what? Will, followed by what? Have, plus the past participle verb. That's number 1. Number 2. Look at number 2. But for the night guard's vigilance, the factory dash bubbled. But for the night guard's vigilance, the factory dash bubbled. A would be, B will be, C would have been, then D will have been. Now look at this. But for the night guard's vigilance, the factory dash bubbled. This one means that the factory was not bubbled. They could not what? Enter the factory because what? We have what? Night guard vigilance there. So when you have a proposed action that did not occur, that would be unreal word expression. So If it is unreal, the verb what we would plus have plus what? A perfect tense word verb, which is a option what? C in this instance. So, but for the night gas vigilance, the factory dash bubble, meaning what? It was proposed but did not what? Occur. The action was proposed but did not what? Take place. That would be unreal word expression. And the verb to capture that is what? Past tense form of the verb would plus what? Have plus what? A past participle word verb in perfect form, which is what? Being. So number 2 is what? Unreal expression. Yes, this is unreal. Look at number 3. By Christmas, I dash for 1 year. By Christmas, I dash for 1 year. A, shall have been working. B, was working. C, shall work. Then D, have worked. Let's remove the options. I do not conform with the principle or explanation. Option D is out, have worked is out. Option C is out, shall work. Option B is equally out, was working. The answer is what? Will or shall, followed by what? Have, plus what? A perfect tense here. So the right answer to the question would be option A. Option A follows what? The principle or the explanation that I have given to us in class. That if it's going to be what? A real action, what's the other? Will or shall, followed by have, plus what? A perfect tense. So this is not the word. By Christmas, I shall have been working for 1 year. That's correct. Number 4 is by the time the plane reaches Harare. Harare is a capital word, Zimbabwe. By the time the plane reaches Harare, it's dashed in the air for 12 hours. By the time the plane reaches Harare, it's dashed in the air for 12 hours. A, it has been in the air for 12 hours. B, it would be in the air for 12 hours. C, it would have been in the air for 12 hours. D, it should be in the air for 12 hours. Just screen the options out. Let's see. Has been is out. Would be is out. Should be. I told you, shall will not change to should. Rather, shall change the word would. So this one is out. Our answer is what? Would have been. Option C. So by the time the plane reaches Harare, it would have been in the air for what? 12 hours. And this is what? This will be an instance of what? Unreal action or expression. So this one is what? Unreal feature. Take note. Look at this number 5. By the end of June, I dashed 6 examinations this year. By the end of June, I dashed 6 examinations this year. A, I shall take. B, I have taken. C, I shall have taken. D, I am taken. E, I took. What's the order? Will or shall, followed by have, plus a perfect tense, or would plus have, plus what? A perfect tense. So let's remove the options. I do not follow this order. Option B is out. Option D is out. Option E is out. Then look at option A and option C. I have shall take. I have shall have taken. Which one do you think is the correct answer? Option what? C. Shall have taken. Shall plus have plus what? A perfect tense word verb. So this one is what? Is an instance of what? Real expression. This is a real feature. Take note. By the end of June, I shall have taken what? 6 examinations this year. Number 6 down. Number 6. By the end of the next semester, by the end of the next semester, he dashed his university education. By the end of the next semester, he dashed his university education. A, he would have completed. B, he will be completing. C, he shall have completed. D, he was completing. Then E, he must complete. Option E is out. Option D is out. Option B is out. Then I have would have completed. Shall have completed. The 2 options are correct. Then good. Where you have the 2 options which are correct, then look at the tone of the expression. Does it signal real future or unreal future. Let's check now. By the end of the next semester, he dashed his university education. This particular expression shows what? The tone of reality. Yes. This one shows what? Reality. That is, by the time the next semester arrives, this person will complete his or her education. So, since there is element of reality here, our sentence expresses what? Real future. And since it is real future or action, it will or shall, followed by what? Have, plus what? A perfect tense word, which is option C, shall have completed. That's the right answer. Then number seven, by the end of the football match today. So that number 6 is a real future. Take note. Number 7 now, by the end of the football match today, we dash the best player. By the end of the football match today, we dash the best player. A, we would have known. B, we will have known. C, we could have known. D, we might have known. You can see from this order, option C is out. Could is out. Also, option D is out, which is what? Might. They will now have would have known, which is correct. Will have known, which is correct. If it is option B, that will be real future. If it is option A, that will be real future. Now let's check. Read the sentence and get what? The tone. By the end of the football match today, can you see? Today is in the question. This word today expresses what? Reality. That the speaker will see the end of the match. And by the time the end of the match is saying, he can then decide what? Who is the best player on the world, on the pitch. So this one expresses what? Reality or certainty. So in that instance, it was to be real future, which is what? Option B, will have known. By the end of the football match today, we will have known the best player on the pitch. Lastly, JAMB 2002-178. By this time next year, I dash 20 years old. By this time next year, I dash 20 years old. A, I would have been. B, I will be. C, I could have been. D, I will have been. Two options are out already, and that's option B is out, and option what? C. The two options are out already. Then we have would have been, will have been. You can see, by this time next year, I dash 20 years old. This one expresses what? Assurance, certainty, or reality, and that word will have been. So by this time next year, I will have been what? 20 years old. So these are the examples under what? Real and unreal world future. And summarily, as I've said, real future is an action that has the possibility of occurring, while unreal future lacks what? The possibility. And to represent real future, we use what? The present tense form of modal auxiliaries, which are will and what? Shall, followed by have, plus a perfect tense verb. While for the unreal future, we use what? The past tense form of the modal auxiliary. And the only one that we use here is what? Would, followed by what? Have, plus what? A past participle word, verb. Full stop. Alright, that is where I'm going to pause the class for today. I hope to see you all some other time. Thank you all for listening. God bless you.